Hey everybody, Mark Burgess here, Big East Bass Fishing, bringing you a little video here today. Want to talk about tackle management. I have talked about this quite a bit in the past. There's a lot to it. There's a lot more to it than you would think. In my opinion, tackle management is the key to being more efficient and successful on the water, okay? I mean, given the day fishing, okay, the amount of time we spend on the water, and especially in a tournament, casting, okay, the number of casts we make, the more presentations we make, the more chances we're gonna get to get bit, okay? So the more bites equal more fish, okay? So I want to maximize the amount of time that I'm actually presenting a bait more than anything else in the boat, okay? So I do a lot of things to prepare. Anybody that knows me knows I'm very organized, very detailed. I have backup to the backup, everything where it needs to be. And it's real important, you know, to me that, you know, I know where these things are and know how to get to them quickly, okay? So I'm sitting in my new, this is actually 2026 ZXE21, okay? So you've seen I got a bunch of videos out on it. I haven't really talked about the storage system in the boat, okay? And you see I got the main hatch open. It's absolutely cavernous. It's huge, all right? It comes with the tackle management system with the boat screwed in. It actually holds, right here, I think it's 13 of these Evolution fishing boxes. Okay, they're nice. Single latch. Okay, it comes with all the separators. You can manipulate it any way you want. Has a spot on the front here where it's like a label, so you can write in there exactly what's in there. I do that, you know, a lot. You know, with the boxes that I have now. You know, suspend and jerk bait. I mean, whatever it is. But that's going to help keep everything organized. I suggest you set up a box for all your different types of baits, so you can just basically reach in there and grab the box and have what you need when you need it. Another thing I like to do is, you know, I have a rigging box, okay? Weighs a ton, because this is where all my weights and sinkers, the hooks I'm using, you know, little beads, little clips, bobber stoppers, little tubing for, you know, putting a trail hook on. I got some of those little things in there that actually, you know, attract the moisture, keep it away from everything else. But everything I need rigging wise in this box, ready to go, okay? I probably use it. This is the box that I use more than anything, all right? Another thing I do is I put together what I call a day box, okay? Not so much for hard baits, like spinner baits or crank baits, bladed jigs, things like that, thunder crickets. Mostly the plastic that I'm using. Jig trailers, creature bait, whatever it is, several different colors. I will pre-doctor the baits. You've seen me do that either with, you know, red, blue, orange. Like what I would have in there is my rage tails, and I would have a little section there where I'd have some of them with the tips are dyed orange, others blue, others red, depending on the situation, ready to go. Okay, so that's how I manage that during the day. I can't say enough about being organized like that, you know, because like I mentioned, you know, I don't want to be in here rooting around trying to find tackle. I want to be prepared. I want to put my hands on it, rig up what I need to rig, and make as many presentations as I possibly can. Okay, so that's how I handle that. I mean, in addition, you know, to this storage compartment, I'd put the camera over there if you want, but a big day box in the ZXE. Single day box is like more than double the size of the previous boat that had two. So I can lay, you know, if I want to keep these in here, spare rage tails, I can do that. But this is where I keep, you know, the markers and my scents, you know, a rag, a lure retriever, my sunglasses. You know, I have a pair I wear for when I'm running. I have a pair for overcast, dark situations, amber, yellow. I have my readers, you know, because you know, I need them. Darker sunglasses for when it's really bright, but that's all right there where I can get my hands on it real quick. Of course, it comes out. Here it is right here. Okay, got more storage underneath there. The starboard side rod box, if you will. More storage, whether you want to put tackle in there. I put a box in there that has like a spare clothes and gloves, you know, things like that, hat, stuff like that. Another life jacket. My front pedestal seat is in there. Just get it out of the way. Storage, of course, I'm sitting on my rod box. And again, both of these rod boxes, nothing to do with tackle management, so to speak, but both these rod boxes, as you can see, have the corners cut, okay? Where any rods that are on the side of the deck, if you open these compartments, the rods stay on the deck. They don't go flying into the water. You don't have to move them out of the way. They stay right there. I've had up to 4 rods here, bait casting reels, open this rod box lid, they all stay right there. So I love that. So that's a little bit about, you know, tackle management system. Whatever your system is, you know, try to be efficient, and so reduce the amount of time that you're looking for stuff. Like me personally, I spend, you know, being the boater, I spend all my time up here on the front deck. I see guys that put tackle in their back storage compartments. That's not a fan of that. And that's just me. I just don't want to have to, believe it or not, I mean, taking that time to walk to the back deck and deal with that, that's just time that I don't want to spend doing that. I'd rather spend that time making a presentation, hopefully get a few more bites and catch a few more fish. But basically you want to have a place for everything, and then everything in its place. All right, so hope this helps you out. Of course, like always, leave me a comment, any questions. You know, if I didn't touch on something that you wanted to hear, let me know, and I'd be glad to answer it. All right, everybody have a great day.